Hello, how you doing? Jamie with you again. Been away. Sorry about that. Had things going on, jobs to do, stuff like that. But I thought we'd get on with the camera today. So I can't see if you can see me, but anyhow, here's the camera. We'll have a mess around with this camera, not you, this phone, and because I'm only filming on phone, and we're going to start sorting some of these little bits out. If you remember last time, we were cramping all this up and there was probably some MDF going on here. Since you've been gone, I've had to make a blind, only out of Hessian, only up to there, so I'll still let some light in. It was way too bright down here, way too bright, and you couldn't see a thing. So contrast has been a pain in there. Anyhow, let's get on with this thing. Let's get you guys fixed up and we can crack on. So I've tidied all the bench off, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this thing out. So yeah, what you didn't see last time as well is the fact that what I did was I went around this. Now I've checked the thickness of this piece of paper. It's 0.04 of an inch. So what I've done is I've just slid that in there, and I've slid it up and down. In fact, I think this is the last corner I haven't done, but I've gone around and I've made sure that this 0.04 of an inch piece of paper fits everywhere. Reason for that? Well, I don't want this thing too tight, and I've got to get some polish on it, so I don't want it to be impossible to, impossible to, you couldn't see then. So in fact, it's moved a little since I last did it because it's gone down there, so I think it's drying out, which will be the temperature. So this goes up there, look at that, there you go, that's what we want. We want that to fit all the way around. So I'm just going to get it off, I'll put you guys down, I'm going to sand these flat, and I will start looking at those. The bright sparks amongst you will notice that because of all the thinning down, we've now got this little bit of protrusion here. I'm going to leave that for now. Let me just show you something else. It actually lifts up and down with my thumb. So what I'd got going on was I'd got, can you see there? This spur here, this horn, was just sticking out too far. It was catching on there, and it was really seriously stopping that, and that was the reason I made my shooting board. So the shooting board's done, and so anyhow, let's get you guys in here. Strap you guys in, there you go. We'll sort out camera angle. I'm going to go and get that thing from over there, so that can go out the way for now. What I've done, can you see that? See that piece of board there? I've clamped a piece of board to the bench. Just a G-clamp and a sash clamp. Now there is a little tip here that's worth mentioning if you're building benches. This bench is pretty much flush down that side, and I do like an overhanging bench. An overhanging bench top means that you can G-clamp easier. I do especially like an overhanging end. So a couple of these ends, all of these ends are overhanging by minimum 2 inches. It makes a huge difference. It's worth doing. Overhanging benches for me are the way forward. Anyhow, let's stop you a second while I just grab a block of wood, bit of 120 grit, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off all the way around, keeping the block flat, keying it up. I've got a letter R there, which was while it was going on. While I was putting it together, it helped to have some letters on things or numbers. So what I'm also doing here really is creating a bit of a key for the next gluing up layer of the camera. So this is looking pretty good. Nice and easy to work against this end here. So this is great now. So I need to don't need to, do I? I just need to take some off the back of here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mark up where it needs some planing off, and I'll get it planed up, and you guys can catch up with me in a sec. So you've got a pretty good view there. I've just taken a couple of shavings off. So it's a matter of dropping it in, checking the gap, making sure I'm happy. If I'm not happy with the gap, bring it over here and just take another couple of cuts off there. Try it again. That's better. That's much better. And that's good. I think you can see it. That's good. It's a little bit tight just there in the middle. So just where my finger is, hold on to that area, just there. So I'm going to drop the plane. I'm going to drop the mouth of the plane about here and plane off to about there. About 2 or 3 inches either side. So drop it on and lift it off. That'll probably do it. Back in situ. Something tight going on over here. And this is the thing, this is, oh, blimey, hitting against something there, so there's something there. Probably where I've just, there you go. And this is the thing, this is probably where I could do with some sort of head camera. There you go, makes all the difference. And around the corner, tight on that corner. Let's relieve the stress on that corner and then go down there a bit. Stay still. There you go. So that's it, and I'm going to carry on with that, and then we'll come back in a sec. So I'm just going to plane this timber down. So this is the next layer, and on a previous video I'd mentioned that I was going to look at that. That's the varnish. On the previous video I'd mentioned that I was going to overlap the joints. This one stops here, starts there, comes down to there. Can you see? Yeah. And that one runs full length, and I was going to do a shorter one here. Well, I've just had to think about that, and I've got a rebate going in here. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mitre the corners. It gets it back to a mitre, which is good practice for these, but it also helps create that joint. So I've got a pretty good joint there. So I'm going to just take the varnish off this. Wow. Got to show you that. Look at the. Can you see the colour of that? Doesn't it look great? Sorry about the flickering. One day I'll buy some lights. Anyhow, my plane's working a treat. I've got to run this down to 1.5 inches. I'll run it through the saw once I've tidied this edge up and I'm happy with it all the way along. Nice little squeak at the end. There you go. Oh, horrible squeak. We've got a nice edge there. I'll just do the same to this one, and then we'll come back in a sec. Right, so these are now 1.5 inches. I measured 1.5 inches. I think it was about 38, wasn't it? that's fine. Okay, so those are plain down and now sawn. And if those of you who don't know the difference between that it's how am I going to show you this? That's a plain finish. Come on, phone. That's a plain finish. And a sawn finished, you can see the I'm not doing very well today. You can see the roughness, so it just needs a plain one over it, but that's no problem. Right, let's get these mitered and fitted in here, and then we can work on the next bit. But before they actually fit glued onto there, I've got to do some rebating. So let's get them mitered and on there, and then you'll be able to see what's going on. If you want to see a bit of mitering, we'll get you onto that. Just want you to see this bit. So I've mitered this end, and I want to miter that end. And I thought I'd show you how I mark it sometimes. I do things like I put that up against there, and I can happily rest that there. And I come up against here, and I just mark that straight line onto there. Can you see that? Was I in the way? I don't know whether you can see that. I think you can see it. Anyhow, that marks that. That gives me that line there, and then I will miter that away from that at 45 degrees. So I'll just go and do that. You just hang on. There you go. So, plane to that. I'll chop that end off. I do want a plane over it. So now we can see what's going on. We've got a step adjustment here to make, so I'll plane that. And I've also got that little block in that corner, which is stopping that going against there. So I'll have to make a little notch out of there. And that'll sort that out. Run the plane along here, and then we've got a rebate going in here somewhere. So I've got to sort that out in a minute. But let me get this piece done, and this piece, and then the top piece up there, and we'll get back to you. All right. I nearly forgot you guys then. So, where are we? Mitered the end, mitered that end. Done some thicknesses of this now. Oh, good grief, I'm out of practice. I've only been away a week or so. Right, so this now fits down there. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. That fits down there. What I've done is I've just planed this. I've just relieved this a little bit more, out of square, but to fit to that. So this is what I have to do. That fits down there. This is nice at the 38mm, inch and a half, whatever. That's good. This is flush with the top. It's just a little bit high, but that's okay. The problem now is this little notch. What I haven't shown you is, come on, can you see it? There you go. Can you see the little notch right on the point? So that little notch there fits around here. And I didn't really want to do that because the idea was that that thickness would come to there. But with planing things and making it fit and whatever, we've got that coming into this next layer. It's not the end of the world. I've done that corner as well, so that fits nicely now. This fits good on here, but it doesn't fit back that way because I've got to notch that out. So I think I'll mark that up now. Do you want to watch me mark it up? I think, how am I going to do that? It'd be good for you guys to see how I'm doing it. Maybe I'll just measure it. I'll measure it. And then we can carry on. It measures 7/8 of an inch, so, which it's nice to do it in the metric, so in the imperial sometimes, because it's just, it rounds off. What I find is if it rounds off nicely to an imperial measurement, then I'll use. If it doesn't, then I'll go to metric. Anyhow, 7/8 of an inch up there. So the next thing to mark is the thickness. So the thickness comes to approximately there. That'll be nice. So what I'll do here, I don't know whether you can see, is I will just come on. Sorry, I'm not faster at this. Where am I going? In, up. Okay, there you go. So 7/8 of an inch, I will just do that, put my finger against it, do that. That's the little notch. It's got to come. Oh, don't turn away. Don't switch off now. I'm going to stop this nonsense in a sec. Anyway, that's got to go to there. I'm just going to measure how deep it is. I'll get that onto here, which it looks, if I do that, so that I can go down to there, won't bother measuring it, take it straight off there. So now again, put my finger on there and just go down there like that. The other one's going to be the same, and I'll get on with that in a bit. But if I notch that out now, it'd be good for you guys to see me notch that out. I think it wouldn't hurt for you to see what's going on. So just wait a second, and there you go. How's that? You can see pretty good. So let's just I could do it on here. Shall I do it on here? Let's put this in the vise. Let's make it a bit easier for me. Can you guys see what's going on? No, let's do it here. You can see what's going on there. Right, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on that line and give it a gentle tap. This is really quite soft material, so I don't need to beat it up. There's quite a nice little notch there, you can see. So that's going to finish the end for me, and I'll just chisel the rest of it out here now. If you want to watch, you can. Might as well see what's going on. What I can do is I can just start by beveling it off, working to that straight line. You don't have to do it this way. There's 1,000 different ways of doing it. You see how useful that notch is at the end. It's, you know, it stops, and then, so what I can do now is I can re-establish that corner. So what I'm going to do is turn it around. There you go. So now I can see what's going on. I hope you can. I'm up to the line. I could put a little saw cut there, but how about a chisel down on the pencil line? And it's not much, it's just a gentle tap. It's just to give me a little line to work to, just to save the wood splitting. You know, with woodworking, you're trying to control the wood all the time, and it's natural. It's not like a bit of metal that, I mean, metal has its things, doesn't it? So anyhow, we're working our way down. It's looking pretty good. The daylight's very bright. It's a gorgeous day. Didn't think I'd still be here now, to be honest. It's taken me a bit to get into doing this video today. Can you see? Oh, that's not bad. Do you want to get a bit closer so you can watch? There you go. It's taken me a bit to get into it today. Things have been going on the last couple of weeks. I've had a couple of jobs that I needed to finish, and I've got those out the way, which is nice. And sometimes the jobs are just a little bit, there's something I can't film, or I feel it would, sometimes customers don't want you to put it out there, and sometimes I don't want you guys seeing stuff until you're ready for it, or I'm ready to show you. So there we go. I've just chobbled that out a bit. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Oh, there you go. So I've taken that out of there. Let's turn you around. Honestly, this if you don't know what I'm using to film, go back through my videos, this C-stand is just brilliant for holding everything. So you can see what's going on now. So I've got this notch out of there, so that should drop in there. There you go. Tight up against there. Brilliant. I'm going to show you. Let me. Can I take you off there? Let me take you off there. We're at 20 minutes. You're in for a bit longer now. Not much longer. So there you go. There's the notch. That's what we're getting around, and that notch just fits a treat. We've got no gap up here. Oh, I'm turning you around, aren't I? Sorry. We've got no gap here, so that's good. Don't turn it around. That's still not quite flush. Oh, no, there's still a little bit of a step there. It'd be good to just play in a bit more of that. But anyhow, you get the gist of it. That's what I've got to do. So what I think I'll do now is I'll stop now, because you're probably going to get bored. You've seen that one goes there. This one goes there. I will then work on this one, get that one done, and we'll come back when I think we'll come back when I'm gluing up. I think that makes sense. There's been a lot going on, so that's why I haven't done any videos. I apologise for that. Those of you who follow me on Instagram will know that I've, between jobs, been working on this little beauty. This is my old Spear & Jackson tenon saw, and I'm making, this light is just awful. And I'm making, there you go, that's better. Let's go over to my bench. This is a bit of walnut, and I'm enjoying making this pistol grip. Lamb's tongue, which some people would say, oh, they break off easy. Yeah, but I've put it inside that depth, so I've got a fair bit to do. And it's one of those things that, well, that's what I was going to ask you. I suppose what I'm trying to find out is, do I just, I mean, like, I know what I'm answering my own question. You just do projects. That's what you guys want. You want to see projects. You want to go back through the projects and see what's going on and stick with the project. So I'm okay with that. That's good. It makes sense. The only thing is with something like the saw is I work on something like that every now and then. And because I'm working on it every now and then, you're not going to see the progression. I think what I will do is I think I will put it at the end of each video. I might just put a bit on the end so that you can see what's going on. I remind you that you can go to Instagram and see what's going on there. And I'm not leaning down to see you. You can go to Instagram and see images on there and see what's going on and follow it that way, because it's one of those jobs that I spend 10 minutes on and then I'm back onto. So right, thank you for joining me. Sorry it's been so long. This is the W. Watson camera. I will do a playlist on it. Once this camera is done, I've not got many more jobs to do, so I'm running low on jobs. So we will see what happens, see what direction we go in. So thank you for joining me. Please share, like, subscribe, any like-minded people. I also teach, I should say this, I also teach evening classes and workshops, and they're going really well. Everybody's getting really good on it. I haven't got the whole team, everybody back yet, because we were doing 3 people on an evening, and because of COVID, I'm doing 1-to-1, which really doesn't pay for me to do. It's the wrong business sense thing to do, but it keeps everybody, well, most people sweet, and it's some income, which is better than some people who've got no income. So I'll let you know about the workshops. If you're interested in a workshop, you can contact me. They run pretty much all the time. So, and I will make things suit people, which is the best way to do it anyhow. So, right, thanks for watching. Thanks for staying with me. Thanks for sticking through this. and I will see you very, very soon. Cheers.